Greetings everyone, hello and welcome back once more to Transport Fever. How very good of you to join to one of our cities that we haven't used that far yet, and that is over here, Brandon. And Brandon, there was just a train passing through, right? Brandon is now being supplied by food, actually the maximum already, which is leading to a bit of a growth rating here. And we do have everything prepared here actually to continue onwards now with another passenger train that I would like to do. So I would like now to finally continue and connecting Brandon with Brightling Sea. That's also pretty important. In Brightling Sea, we're close to the 1,000 population for a city, and that's actually pretty important, right? And we are growing at 300% target population right now, because we're delivering 3 resources almost to the maximum, and also of course the connection of Brightling Sea to the world is just extremely good at this point here, so that's going to be one of the big cities there. Now with that we can connect it, right? We have a Rumford over there, and I would like to go ahead with it to create us the next line. And yeah, we want to keep it high speed, of course, because I think that's important. And for that, we need to keep it, well, actually not that tight, right? Because I don't want to have too many curves there. So Maynard, for example, is not going to be connected with a high speed. We're probably going with Rumford and then Brandon. Brandon already has it. So we actually only need a station in Rumford, right? And hopefully as central as possible. So once again, let's get out the bulldozer. And let's do the destruction of Rumford here. And no, this is not good. So we're probably going to have a... I don't think we actually need that at all. We could also... It's tricky here, right? So this is a bit nasty of what we could achieve. Let's go ahead and make us a block here. And then just hope that the city will build accordingly. So I could build one here, one street. Or I just get rid of... Nah, this would actually make the delivery times longer again. Yeah, it's not easy. So what I would like to do here is let's actually get rid of these roads there. It's tricky, but that's life. And there we have the road then that will actually lead now to this one, right? And this one. So here we are going to make that connection. Of course, we need to make that one a bit more pleasing to the eye. And then let's also upgrade that one here right away. So this is the outbound traffic route now, because we need a lot of space, right, for that line. It's going to be a high-speed line, and that means lots and lots of tracks, or actually not tracks, but length, right? So we're going with 240. We could go up all the way then to 320 at some point. We could actually plan ahead with that already in mind, right? And we don't need more than that. So I'm just basically going ahead, and I'm keeping a bit of a distance here. So we are going to have the medium then, the medium building, right? So we're probably building it like that. Poof, there it goes. And then we just hope that we can actually build a medium station in the center here. That's always something that I don't like about this game so much. It's that we can't properly adjusted. So the medium one is possible, and the large building is not possible anymore, right? But the medium main building is possible, and we're probably going to have it, here together with some side buildings then that are working together well with it, and then perhaps even a medium building here, right? And with that, we have the road connection just fine with this main building, and that's it, right? We have no public transportation within Rumford yet, so this is also something that we can go ahead with right away from one end of the city through the center here, connecting with the intercity bus line, and then all the way to that train station. With that, Rumford also gets its first bus line. There you go, and this is Rumford Bus 1. And then, now comes just the trickiest part of that, and that is the connection then with the other cities. That should be fine here now, right? So there will be city growth, and then we're just getting those high-speed tracks now out. And it's only going to be those tracks, right? I'm not expecting anything else. We could have something else indeed. So yeah, let's actually make this longer right away, because of course we're going to have several train lines here leading into Rumford. Rumford is one of those hubs, right? Because we got smaller cities around Rumford that we want to connect them with regional trains. So the most profitable one is of course the high-speed train lines early on, but as we can see, we got Maynard And up to the north here we got Kolsar, and I want to connect them then with smaller regional lanes where we can use some cute trains as well. Let's just go ahead now and build us that track. This is going to be interesting because we could merge with the high-speed track that we already have here, and we could then make it with signals probably work. There will always be an increased traffic though then. We definitely use an extended platform though. For that, once again, also Brightling Sea needs to get updated. We still have these outdated inner tracks there that I would like to upgrade now to the high-speed tracks then as well. Plus catenary. There wasn't even a catenary on board yet, so that's also something. And this is then the line 2 that goes into Brightling Sea. In the greater scheme, there's then also Candle over there and Soltash. So there's going to be quite a few train lines then coming into Brightling Sea, right? That's going to be cute to look at. But for now, let's have the train then coming out here. So that's going to be lots of tracks here. And of course, it just makes sense to merge it then with this one, right? Just like in real life too. And then you use this main line here for a while that goes then into Rumford. So let's just make sure there's the train from Rumford. Let's just make sure that we keep the full speed available to us. And it's merging then over here somewhere. And let's hope that we can keep high speed, 200 kilometers an hour. Yeah, then it's getting tricky actually. So merging with 200 is possible. We could also get in much slower, right? So we probably will have it then here, but that's also 220. So either way, we're going to look at some penalty there. So that's the best I can do. That's 250. It would go down at some point if we actually go up to 300 kilometers an hour, right? That is fine in my opinion. And then we just need a merger here. So there's going to be the crossing, and then we are merging with the lanes that we have here. And of course, this will be a bit tricky here if we want to maintain the max speed. Seems to be quite impossible. We need to start from the other side. There it is. So if we take it from the other direction, we can actually maintain up to 273 kilometers an hour, right? So that would be this spot here, and then we can just merge it with the other high-speed train. And with that, we have made the connection. So this is coming in here then. And where does it stop? Here. And then we also want to have a second one that goes then like that, while maintaining as much speed as possible. So that we can go up to, look at that. We can even keep almost 300. No, we can't. But 250, that is fine for me, with another here. Perfect. So with that, we have made the transition. Now we just need the second track. It's actually rather tricky, right? So it's not just a simple merger, but we also want to keep that merger between the two tracks then with as much speed as possible so the trains don't slow down at all. So there's the second one now, coming in then too, with top speed. And yeah, it's probably leading then to 4 tracks that we have here. And this one, of course, only needs to get to this one here. So we probably will make it. Can we make this automatically? Nope. So there it is, right? And with that, we've made the full transition now of the two of them going then in high speed then into this area. It takes quite some space, of course, with all the merging them, but that's going to be fine. And then it goes into Brightling Sea, where once again, we will need to separate it then again into 2 tracks, but that's okay. Because this, of course, is just as we exit the station. So this is then here somewhere. So that is something actually that, for example, Railway Empire 2 does better, I think. And that's the high-speed merger of 2 tracks together. Here, I cannot do this, right? So I could do it like that. It's just very slow. We're looking at... Yeah, it's just coming out of the station. This should actually work. Right, and then here. This is now merging with all of them and then getting out there. This will be fine, right? Because it's the final station anyway, and it has to slow down way before that. And it's certainly not 100 kilometers, certainly not limiting in this area. That's fine. The only very important thing that we need here is signals, of course. So the trains are coming in and out here, right? And they will need to have some sort of signal. The same goes with this area. And the same goes with this area here. Oops, that is now wrong direction. There you go. There you go. Right, so those trains don't stop before that, and that's it. I think here we would need the same thing. So we have the signal outbound, even though the station has the signal, of course. But here we can also need signals for entering the station then. And I think that's it. I think with that, we should be golden. Very good. That was not so easy. The other thing is now that we need Brandon, of course. And Brandon already has the tracks on the right side too. So that's fantastic, because now we just need to make that connection here. And yeah, Brandon is then separating from the cargo tracks here, going then all the way to Rumford. And in Rumford, we are going to use, of course, the outer tracks, because the inner ones are going to be used then for the regional traffic that we have then here as well. Let's just see, that's the max speed. This will probably not be workable. Nope, we would lose too much speed there, so I will need to make it a bit in again. As we're coming from that side. 300, perfect. 300 right into Brandon. And a little bit later, in all its glory, our latest high-speed train is coming out. Brandon Breitling Sea is operational. Now this, of course, once again is going to take a bit of time here. What Brandon still is missing though is also then once again a bit of a public transportation. Let's go ahead and have a bus on the other side. Goes through the center here. This time though we are going to make sure, yeah, it's somewhere here. Right, and then goes to the station. Just here. That also we are able to provide people to that station here. No, we have a few too many lines right now. There you go. From here to here to here and back again. And we're probably only going to use, this is Brandon bus 1, and we're probably just going to use one bus on this. And lo and behold, we also have a new upgrade here. By the way, we're in 1946. It's the end of the World War II, right? And a year already almost. But in this case here, yeah, peacetime, more passengers. And Twin Coach 44S is my latest one. And Twin Coach was an American vehicle manufacturer based in Kent, Ohio from 27 to 55. And it actually has 40 capacity. That's a bit more than the Gaggenau, and also a higher top speed and a higher power, thus faster in also its acceleration. Hooray! We got a new bus in all its glory. Let's purchase this, and yeah, Rumford bus line is going to be the first one to profit from that. Let's purchase 2 of that right away for the Rumford bus line 1. That is then delivering people back and forth. Now, ooh, where is it? Did we build it already? I think we did. Should be somewhere here. There it is. And they're coming out. And isn't that a beauty too? Finally, we have a new bus that's not the Gaggenau. I don't believe it. The higher capacity is going to be super awesome. It has amazing seats that I can see, like a typical American diner. And yes, this is now going to transport our people back and forth. We might also, while we are at it, also use already the bus lines that we have, like this one here, the Breitling Sea Maynard Rumford connection. We could also, for example, then say get rid of, let's say, 3 of them, and the remaining ones are going to be replaced with the latest version. What's the maintenance cost, by the way? It's twice as much, right? So we need to make sure that if we use that bus, we use it on appropriate routes where it actually also is being utilized then. Alright, there's already lots of people starting to wait here at those stations, and that's without any transportation really to it yet. There's also the train now on its way already back from Breitling Sea, so everything here was successful. Right, and we now have another train line here, Breitling Sea Brandon, that is now already also piling up some people there. And while we're at Breitling Sea, you know what, why not just continue with the expansion and say we also want to continue now with Kendal and Soltesh. Those would require... Ooh, Kendal is going to be tricky. Look at that. Machine parts and goods. That city doesn't want to grow, it seems. Alright, sorry, no, we actually go back to the food processing here because it has leveled up, right? So our food processing plant that we have here, supplying now Colsar food, so it's supplying it's Brandon and Rumford, right? So Rumford, yeah, food is coming in, 50% growth in addition with that. Not even full yet, the capacity. We need more grain, probably. So Colsar grain here, There you go. We don't have, by any chance, have any new vehicles, right? No, it's still the Saura that we have. And in that case here, let's double this one for the grain delivery. And how's the grain here? The grain just came in. It's profitable. Perfect. And I think... Oh, wait a second. Only 4 out of 16 food. Yeah. Brandon doesn't need any more food. It is at 12 at 12 already. Of course, the city is going to grow. And then we'll see more food demand. But for now, that's not that. So let's actually add Kolsar to the equation. And in Kolsar, we have a bus station that is affecting the whole city. So that is fine. We only really need a new line, and that's Kolsar Food 3 from the bus depot to Kolsar then. Right. Kolsar Food 3, because that's the third line that we have coming out of Kolsar, and we just need some trucks for that and make it worth. And look at that, Brandon already grows, and with that, the food demand is also increasing. This and the third line for food is leading to transport already being capped. And with that, the food processing plant is already leveling up. And ooh, there's also my latest train. Still not very profitable. By the way, profit-wise, how's it looking here? Yep, train Meldon Amble is really nice. The airs are fine. Air Mars Breitling Sea. Let's check it out. We still are using the older planes on this one here. Lucky us, no train has crashed yet. Mars to Breitling Sea. Yeah, there's lots of people waiting. Let's replace it with the newest Douglas DC-4 there as well. Alright, so that we transport even more people here from Mars to the other cities. By the way, this area here that we have created, right, this hub is working fine. The trains are making a good profit and are almost completely full now. Narubi is with 700 people. And do we have any city with 1,000? Yeah, Breitling is still scratching that. It's really time for new train cars though, especially the cargo ones. Most of them are capping us to 80 kilometers an hour for the cargo. I wonder where it is. We're in 1946. Also, some of those trains need urgent modernization. This one here, for example, is not entirely profitable anymore. There is also, for this line alone, over here, 370 grain waiting. Also, the food demand is now pretty high for Mars. We are also not really providing all the food that we could. So let's go ahead and also get the Flying Scotsman in. We had the A35 up to this point, which is nice, right? But the Flying Scotsman is just way more powerful, while not really that much more expensive. So it is a worthy upgrade here. And let's just have a look. The food ones, let's add a lot of new grain cars now. Look at that. We're still topping the speed with 80 kilometers an hour for my cargo cars here. That's just horrible at this point. I hope there's a new one coming in. So let's just increase the capacity for grain to, yeah, over 100. We're still maintaining the excellence. And then I have the food, and this one is the 8, so let's make it at least 4, but I could go with 5, 6, and that is still good conditions. 8 million is the upgrade cost. Pretty sure it's going to be worth it. Much more slick, that one here. And hopefully now even more profit. So there's the 40 food coming in, and then lots of grain that we can pour out here as well. 104, making this one full. I guess we'll also need another vehicle here, or we're upgrading the ones that we have to the latest Opel Blitz. Now, the question for me is still, how can we get Breitling Sea up to over 1,000 people there? We need to deliver a few more tools, a few more construction materials. Food is actually fine for the moment. And with the new train line here, we should also increase the transportation there once again. All of this combined hopefully will push us over the edge. So let's just check it out. Tools, where's my tools? We have the tools somewhere here. There it is, right? And what I can see is Breitling Sea tools is actually waiting. So there's lots of it. And I think... no, we already have the latest version. Yeah, then I will just have to copy. Let's make it 4 more. to 24. I think that was, yeah, 24. That should be fine, so that we get more tools over than ever before. The tools factory is already producing at 100%. There's no more upgrades that we can do here. Oh, right beside it. That is too much. Is that all for Brightling Sea now? I think we copied a few too many. Let's get rid of 3 again. Yeah, that's too much. I think I misclicked here once. Let's get rid of 2 more. Looking at 19. That's still fine. And that's still way too much anyway. And the other ones, Tool Amble, let's actually get us in another one here. That all leads to city growth, and we need that. And here, I could actually just replace them with the latest version to get increased cargo out, and let's just get another one in. Right, that's fine. Holy cow. What have I done? Brightling Sea. There you go. I mean, the distance is quite long, so they're of course going to even out again over time. More tools. Construction material. That's here. Yes, there's still something waiting. So let's modernize the fleet. One of our very first productions, right? That we've... or actually also one of the first industry that we've maximized was this Brightling Sea construction materials plant. So there's the Brightling Sea, and to Malden there's also quite a lot of stuff waiting. So let's also boost this one by 3. And I think that's the Rumford one. It's not profitable. I'm not surprised. There's too many vehicles on this. Let's reduce it by 3. What a busy area this is. And by the way, another thing of boosting the city of Brightling Sea is of course increasing the capacity of its roads. And that would be then this country road that we have at our disposal. I could go with a large one at this point because we do have a lot of stuff here going on, as you can see. Here we would need to make a bit of a juggling, but it's going to Maynard, right? Let's increase the capacity here actually to a tier 3 one. And then also here. And here, unfortunately, we need to stop it for a second. So that we get a road like this around the depot. Nah, here. This one is a normal one. We are only using this one for trucks, right? Or are we actually not using this? But what are we using? Ah, yeah, for the outbound traffic there, obviously. This is now looking, of course, really nice. All the traffic here. This one is not looking nice. So let's just wait for my cars to pass. And then we need to do this a bit differently. There it is. I think also do it like that. No, let's do it like that. And then we have actually traffic lights here for just this one. That's not really worth it. They could also go around here and then back. The important thing that's all profitable, just like this train line now, it's profitable, finally also, and already on its way now to Rumford with 120 people. And then there's the 99 waiting already for Brightling Sea. So I think we could actually add a second train to this one as well. And even then it would be profitable. And so, yeah, Brightling Sea Station gets a bit busier, right? With more trains coming in and out now. And Brightling Sea is growing, finally. 30% more growth we actually achieved with all of this now. Well, we're at the process of modernizing. Let's also modernize this very long country road that we have between Brightling Sea and Malden, with where a lot of my trucks are also going back and forth. Right, so it's Horrible that we haven't done this so far, because it really gives me a nice speed boost then as well. And while we're at Brightling Sea, let's also replace the Brightling Sea bus line that we have. So we actually have 2 with the latest trucks now, because they're constantly full. And with that, we can also increase the quality of my stations here. Now looking at the bigger picture there, so we're at 999 people now. We need to provide something else, right? So construction materials is pretty much provided, tools is provided, food is fully provided, and yeah, machine parts would be my next go-to here. And we have Malden over there and Brightling Sea, both of them requiring machine parts. And we have a machines factory over there. And we also have all the suppliers close by. That's a sawmill with its forestries. And that's a steel mill with some mines. So I would say let's set this one up real quick to make us here a decent chunk of money once again. The first thing, actually, this is going to be entirely road-based, right? So we're not going to have any trains here. So all I need is I will upgrade those roads here to the appropriate level. So there we have the steel mill. There we have then the suppliers that also will need to have some upgrades. There is a coal mine that where we need to build a road entirely. Hopefully that is kind of like connected. It's tricky, right? Where's the entrance? There's the entrance actually on the other side. There is no connection. Oh yeah, there is a connection possible. Let's do it here and get rid of that again. Building then also a bus stop somewhere over here. Right, that's one. Then we have an iron mine over here as well. Then we have the steel. The steel is then over here. The steel needs a truck depot and a unload station. Right, and then we have the sawmill. The sawmill also needs a truck depot, but also an unload stop. And the unload stop, yes, we can have it over there. That's just perfect, right? And we can have 2 unload stops here too, which is even more perfect because we're going to need a lot of wood for this. And then we have the lumber mill number 1 here, where we still need to build a road over there. So that's actually a rather quick and easy road access that we can have then here. There is already also a coal mine. So as you can see, everything is here together in a hub, right? There shouldn't be any problem whatsoever of getting all of this delivery done. So that's 1 coal mine, 2 coal mines, 1 iron mine, and I still need a second iron mine. Ooh, do we have a second iron mine close by? We don't. We have 2 over there. That's the only thing that would still make sense. Yeah, okay. There we need actually, oh, I did not expect that, a tunnel most likely. How expensive is that tunnel? Probably not going to be cheap. Yeah, 500,000 we need to pay for this tunnel. That's okay, right? 500,000 is totally fine. Because of course, it's going to serve a greater purpose then. Let's make this one a bit more direct. And here, yeah, we just need to make that connection over. There is actually the steel mill. So we could have... there's a highway. Yeah, that's fine actually, because the cars have to stop for the highway. And then we can just make this sexy connection right over there. There you go, with another direct connection. And then we just need a truck depot and also the unload stop we already use. I do need to have one a bit further away, probably somewhere over here for that. And there's a whole flood of trucks now coming out for all of the different lines that we have. So once again, with machines, it's of course really complicated. We have the logs to the planks to the machines factory. We got the iron and the coal to the steel factory, and the steel mill produces then to the machines factory, and the machine parts have then outbound to Malden and to Brightling Sea. All of this will take quite a bit of time here now that we need to wait it out. And there the first factory has then the ore and the coal in producing. Steel mills look really nice, I think. And hopefully also my sawmill is starting to work. Perfect. So the first planks are also on their way. And after a bit of time, the first planks and steel is coming in. And machines are now being produced. The trucks are waiting, ready to deliver the first machine parts to Malden and Brightling Sea. 2 big cities get even bigger with that. And the first machine is in, leading to more growth. And with that, Brightling Sea has reached 1,000 people. Very nice. The stations are filling up even more. The demand is climbing for all the resources and we need to provide. But of course, we should also look at some other cities and at a production chain that I haven't even touched yet. Yeah, stay tuned.